So I am just about to play you a 46-minute clip from my live yesterday, in which my past caught up with me. I know predominantly that I share a lot about Nicole with her Tourette's, and that is how my channel started. But ultimately I share about family life, my day-to-day stuff, about me, about personal stuff. If people ask me a question, I'm going to answer it, as long as it's not too vulgar. And yesterday, when I had quite a few people on my live, someone decided to come on and try and make a fool of me. Maybe that was what they were trying to do. I don't know. Maybe they were... I don't know the motive, but it backfired, quite frankly. But I wanted to share it, and I think there were so many people that weren't on my live yesterday that follow me, that have been asking me about what it was, that I decided, do you know what? I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel for everybody to watch it. You robbed from your dog Charlie and then fled, you got found out. I wondered when one of you fuckers would come on. I'm absolutely happy to share, because my name is Clear, and that's actually slander, so I can have you fucking done for it, because I got arrested and my name was cleared because I'd done fuck all wrong. They went through all my bank statements, they went through the accountant, and all you lying fuckers, I left Shrewsbury because you're all cunts, and that's why I left, because I didn't want to live in a toxic area, and now I don't, and I don't have to deal with you people. So no, that's not what happened. Otherwise the charity would have been closed down, would it not? And even though it took a year for them to fucking sort it out, because my case kept being moved to a different police officer, but I'm happy to share this story. I'm happy to share it. I got arrested, wrongly arrested. I got accused of stealing from my own charity, which is horrific. And actually it was very suicidal, because the actual people that accused me of stealing this money were my friends. The same friends that sent Jaden's dad a message that I'd written in a group message that ruined his relationship. So go suck on a lemon, you cunt, because I've done nothing wrong and my name is Clear. Ring any police station you like. I do not have a criminal record because I've done fuck all wrong. So I wondered when one of you would come up. That girl you used to work with told loads of people. She can slander away. She can fucking slander away. How was being arrested? It sucked, mate, right? So thankfully, it was the one day that I didn't have my children, because at that time, their dad had them all, because this was like when we'd first broken up. And I was just about to go for a run, and my friend, I'd made plans to meet my friend that evening, and the police came and knocked on the door, and I thought it was to do with the fact that the charity had been broken into, and that they were updating me. So we got broken into. The police came to the door, and I was like, oh yeah, come in. Huh? Oh no, it's someone from Shrewsbury. It'll either be Naomi, Amber, Claire, one of those fuckers. They're cunts. I don't give a fuck. They can fuck off. So now I'm telling my side of the story because it's been outed, so that's fine. So the police came in and they were like, you're under arrest. And I was like, sorry. They were like, you're under arrest. And I was like, yeah, what for? And they were like, fraud. And I was like, sorry, you're going to have to run this by me again. And I was like, so what happens now? They're like, you're going to have to come down to the police station to answer some questions. And I was like, right. So can I ring my friend? And they were like, no, you can't have your phone now. And I was like, so... Well, Amber's a little cunt. And Amber can fuck right off. Mm-hmm. And she's a scared little cunt because she's blocked me from everything. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, right? I probably shouldn't share this. But their little three-way relationship, check that one out. So, yeah, Naomi was the one that did a statement to school, a wrong statement to school, to the police. Anyway, so they said, have you got any bank statements here? Have you got anything to do with the charity? I was like, yeah, whatever you need, I've got it. Tell me what you need me to do and I'll show you. So So I got to the police station and, I was cleared, 100% cleared. It took nearly 12 months.
Even though it was all like absolute crap.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And I got taken to the police station at like, you soon change your... Yeah, exactly. Embarrassing. So don't go spreading rumours. It's slander, mate. I'll have you, Mama Bear. I've got it now on here. It's slander, what you said.
what's slander?
Saying lies about someone when I've got proof that my name has been completely cleared. And I wouldn't have a charity, would I? If this was legit and it was like, God, how many years ago? 4 years ago? No, it'd be more than that.
More than that.
How old's Freddie? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5 years ago. 5 years ago, this is.
Shit.
And so it was like, I think it must have been about 12. It was like lunchtime-ish when the police came. And I was like, well, I've got no socks on. And they were like, well, you can go and get socks. Now, I've never felt so humiliated all my life. I wasn't allowed to go upstairs and get socks on my own. They came with me. I wasn't allowed my phone. And I was like, well, how do I let people know where I am? My dogs are all at home. And they were like, have you got someone who can let them out? And I was like, well, yeah, but I'm not going to be long, am I? And they were like, well, we don't know. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, how long? What? They're a bit like, well, you're being arrested. You need to come and answer questions. And I was like, what the fuck? I hadn't had a shower and I was just about to go for a run and then I was going to come back and have a shower. I hadn't washed my hair, anything like that. My hair was like this, right? And at the time I had hair ties that had like little bits of metal in it. Got to the police station. They were like, if you don't come with us, we'll just put handcuffs on you. And I was like, no, I'm coming, mate. But just explain to me what the fuck is going on. Got to the police station, I had to be searched. I had to have photos taken of my tattoos. I had to have photos taken of my face. I had to have my fingerprints done. And it was the most degrading thing that I've ever been through in my life. Like one of the most traumatic experiences of my fucking life. All because some cunts decided they didn't like me, they're jealous of me, and they wanted to report me falsely. False allegations. So, so once I'd been searched, I got put in a cell. And I was in that cell for like 8-9 hours. 8 fucking 9 hours. Not even knowing who had said what about me, what I was being like proper accused of. It was like the worst day of my life, right? Can they not get done? Yeah, so I tried to push the issue for them being done. They'd made a Facebook group about me, so I had to try and get information for that. I had 2 of them done for harassment, and the police went round and dealt with that, but that wasn't done till afterwards. So yeah, they got done for harassment. I was like, listen, I've got the bank stuff all on my phone, it's internet banking, go get my phone, you can go through whatever it is you like. And they were like, no, you need to sign this paperwork they can arrest anyone. So basically when I got a solicitor, so I was like, they were like, do you want a duty solicitor? I was like, I don't know, I've never been in this situation. Is that something you do? Like, what do I need to do? Like, I've never been arrested. So I was like, I don't know what happens. Like, what am I meant to do? And when we were at this counter, and they were telling me that, this is what I'm arrested for, and you're now going to be held until they can speak to you and questioned. And I was like, this is like something out of a fucking program. This is the most surreal thing that's ever happened to me. And they were like, you've got a phone call. It was literally one of those, you've got one phone call. There is no way I was ringing my mum or dad. Not because they wouldn't understand or be helpful, because they never answer the fucking phone. Like, I shit you not, they never answer the phone. So I called my friend, George, who's one of the trustees for the charity. And I was like, George, I've been arrested. She was like, what? And I was like, yeah, some cunt said that I've stolen all this money. What do I do? She was like, oh my God, I'll get hold of your mum and dad. Don't worry about anything, blah, blah, blah. Tell me what you need. And yeah, just take their duty solicitor. And I was like, right, okay, I'll do that. So, said, yes, please, can I have a duty solicitor? And they were like, well, then you're going to have to be here longer. And I was like, okay, fine. So yeah, I was there hours. I think the most derogatory thing of being in that situation and being in a police cell, knowing you've done nothing wrong, was the fact that I needed to ask for toilet paper to go to the toilet, and the fact that there were video cameras in there of me going to the toilet. Like, I've never felt so much fucking, like, it was awful. Like, imagine being accused of something you could never possibly contemplate doing. Like, what the fuck? So anyway, eventually went in, got to see my solicitor first, and I was like, am I allowed to know who's made all these allegations? And they said yes. So they told me, and there was 2 people that had written statements about me and said that I'd stolen money from the charity. The one person said I'd stolen like 60 grand, and the other person had said I'd stolen like 30 or 40 grand. And I was like, I live in a council house. I've literally just got my council house. I was fucking homeless. Like, I was living in a driveway on my friend's fucking driveway in her caravan. Can someone explain to me where I've spent this 60 grand? Because I tell you now, right? That would be great if you could just show me where the fuck the money is. That would be wonderful. Anyway, so she was like, no, I understand, blah, blah, blah. So we went into the room. Everything was recorded. It was genuinely like I was in some sort of fucking crime program, or like fucking police station. What are they called? I can't even think the programs. Anyway, so I answered all the questions, and they were like, will you sign over all your bank stuff for the crime department to go through? I was like, fucking have it, mate. I've got fuck all to hide. Take my phone, take whatever you need. Clear me. Just fucking clear my name. The bill, that was it. Yeah, like the bill. And so I signed everything over, signed them to open all my accounts, to go through everything, PayPal, eBay, Barclays, my bank, the charity registration. I signed everything. Do you all swear a lot? Yeah, I do, yeah. Especially when I get into a story as well, I get worse. And the fact that someone's brought this up, I did wonder, when I got to the amount of followers that I got, I did wonder if any little cretins from my past would rear their little ugly heads. And they are. And that's fine. I'm happy to share, because I'm happy to share my side of the story. You want to all go around saying that I'm this, that, the other? My name is fucking clear. So keep saying it, because I'll have you done. And it took 12 months, because every time I rang for an update, they were like, oh, I'm sorry, your case manager's changed. They've moved to a different station, so it's now been handed to this officer. And I'm like, well, can you get them to email me? I need to know what the fuck's going on. Like, this is really stressful. At the time, my ex-husband was using it against me, saying that he was going to get custody of the children because of this, that, the other. Like, the stress that I went through for something I'd never even done was fucking horrific. And then it was like the January I got arrested. It was the following February my name was cleared. So it took 13 months. 13 months to clear my name. The shit I went through for 13 months was unreal. I didn't want to go out. My anxiety was sky high. Like, the medication I was on, I can't even tell you the medication I was on. The stress, I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to see anybody, because all these people were accusing me of stuff that I hadn't done. I had no support. I had no family around me. My family are in Cyprus. That was when my mum was like, you need to leave Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury is toxic. You please move. She wanted me to go to Cyprus. I didn't want to go to Cyprus. And yeah, it was the most fucking horrific time of my life. Really awful. My children didn't know that I'd been arrested. Obviously I didn't want to tell them. I didn't want to upset them. And then one night I had a knock at the door, and it was the police. And I was dating a guy at the time who'd met my children, and he was there too. And the police came, and they were like, oh, there's an update for you. The crimes department are going through, they've gone through most of your bank accounts and everything's okay. We're just waiting to get hold of your accountant. And I was like, that's fine. What information do you need? And the guy that I was with started to believe all the little rumours around Shrewsbury. And so he broke up with me too. So then I was like, fucking hell, somebody who I thought was close to me doesn't even believe me either. Like, what do I have to do to these people to prove that I've done nothing wrong and I'm completely innocent? And you know, when you just think, when I was homeless with the kids and living in a caravan, okay, baby, I thought I was at my lowest. I wasn't. Moving into that house and having all this shit to go through for 13 months was me at my lowest. And I contemplated some seriously bad things. Like, seriously bad things. So I got an email. So I rang them February to say, I haven't heard anything. This has been going on long enough. It's affecting my mental health. I can't cope with this anymore. I don't want to leave my house. I need to know whether or not I'm being charged, or whether or not you've cleared my name because I've done nothing. And she said, "Oh, I'll get back to you with the case officer." No, it wasn't Callum I was dating at the time. And because this is like 5 years ago, guys. And basically, they rang me back. The police officer rang me back, and she was like, "I'm so sorry it's taken so long. That's it, everything's cleared." And I said, "So I've got nothing against my name, like for DBS checks, I haven't got a criminal record." She was like, "You haven't got a criminal record, Jodie, because you got arrested but you were cleared, so you've done nothing criminal, so there is nothing on you." And I was like, "Right, so I'm completely clear." She was like, "Yep, I can send you an email, whatever you need me to do, but you're done." And I can't tell you the weight lifted that day. And then from that point, I was like, I'm not living in this town anymore. I'm not living here. I'm not feeling like this. And I started to look for, did they apologise for accusing you? No. And the solicitor said they shouldn't have arrested me. They legally, they could have, and they did, but they shouldn't have. It was cutting corners. They should have asked me for questioning first. They didn't have to arrest me. So I was off that it didn't need to go the way it did. Do you get what I mean? So obviously the first thing I did was try and ring those people after I got accused, and they wouldn't answer the phone and they wouldn't speak to me, and they were saying they were going to call the police. I was like, call the fucking police. Call the fucking police. Do it. The motive for doing it, genuinely, they literally all just stopped talking to me one day. The one girl was because I sacked her, because her and her boyfriend, well, he just was making it that she wasn't doing her work properly. So she ended up being sacked from the charity. And so I think the spite of me sacking her, and then joining forces with our friends that were our mutual friends. So if Mama Bear person is still on here, it's time to put on your big girl pants and say sorry. So yeah. No, I didn't get put in jail. I was just in a cell for 8 hours. So was there someone stealing money? No. No one. Fucking I wish. My mum and dad don't have enough money to pay for the petrol to get to the fucking vets, let alone me taking 60 grand, for fuck's sake. The one person was harassing my accountant for months before I got accused, and she would ring, because my accountant rang me, and she went, my PA is dealing with a lot of stuff from your person from the charity. And I was like, that's illegal to hold someone for 8 hours. That's how long I was there for. It took 8 hours for them to get me my duty solicitor and do my statement and go through all the questioning stuff, and then I left. That was like 8 hours. The kids were actually at their dad's house that day. Thank fuck. I think they can hold you 24 hours, because surely they would have to prove money had gone missing. Exactly. They didn't have to prove that. They just said it. So for me, I was like, so that means I can just go and accuse somebody of something and they can be arrested for it. And my solicitor was like, well, yeah, but there are better ways around doing it than arresting you. They normally just ask you to answer questions. They didn't need to arrest you. Where did the evidence of the money went missing? There wasn't any missing money. There wasn't any. That's the point. There wasn't any. I'm a prison officer. They can hold you for 24 hours. Yeah, well, I was there 8. So, yeah. Have they got away with it? Unfortunately, yeah. And unfortunately, the whole in Shrewsbury, like, I don't go back very often, but I've obviously got friends there still. But I hate going back there because it's just bad for me. It's bad memories, as you can understand. Being accused of something that you didn't fucking do by people that were your friends is pretty shit. That's insane. I could say someone stole 60 grand without any evidence. Exactly. Yeah. Had to drive like hours to get. They don't have local solicitors. Yeah, and that's probably half of the problem. But I didn't know whether or not I needed. Give the money back. Joking. I'm glad you put joking at the end. Do you know why they accuse me? Because they don't like me. They're jealous of me. I don't know what they're jealous of. They couldn't have done any of this to you. Truly wrong what they've done. Yeah, exactly. There wasn't any evidence. Wasting police time. That's what I tried to get them done for. Wasting police time. I did try and get them done for that. But unfortunately, it took them 12 months, 13 months to clear my name from something serious. They're not going to take something trivial from because I did go in there and I was like, I want them done. I want the 2 people that wrote the statements about me done for wasting police time. So, but yeah. If they're really your friends, they would just be a tattooner. They wouldn't be, yeah. They should be, yeah, this is very true. They should just be in the ground. But yeah, the joys of friends, which is why I'm very choosy about who I let into my life now, because I've been fucked over royally and I will not go back to that place. So they did lose a good friend. Thank you very much for saying that. Have you done a story time on this? Yeah, I have, for like the last God knows how long. I've been waiting. Funnily enough, it was one of my anxiety things, like, what are people going to think of me? Like, I know when I get to a certain amount of followers and the jealousy kicks in again with them, some fucker's going to come on here. I know they are. And Callum was like, but you've done nothing wrong. Tell your side of the story. And I was like, you've got a point, babe. He's very, very level-headed and mature for a 26-year-old. And he's right. I don't have anything to hide. Fucking ring the police station if you like. No fucks given. So yeah, those friends have ruined more than just... They ruined my son's life as well. They didn't just have it in for me. They fucking took it out on my son. So they're cunts. Pure cunts. And I hope they rot in hell when they get there. Because that's what they deserve. So... Because I don't know what else it could be down to. Like, I don't know what else it could be down to. That's why I say jealousy, because I don't know. I don't know what else it could be down to. I don't know why they would do it. I think jealousy is a root of a lot of evils. And that's why. With Jaden, they ruined the relationship with his dad, his real dad, because... Oh, it's a bit of another story. I'm sure everyone bored of this story yet. I feel like I've just ranted on. I hadn't made anything of my life though. That's the thing. All I did was like, have you bumped into them since? Yeah, one of them I have. And I got out of the car and called him a fat cunt. I said, call the police, you fat cunt. I'm a bit of a child. My mum was like, oh my God, Jodie, you're going to get arrested again. I was like, I don't care. What happened for being in the garden for 10 minutes? I know, this is what happens. He got me onto a story and I got like, I could write a book. I genuinely could write a book. I did. I saw them. I think I was with Callum at the time. And he was in Shrewsbury visiting, and my mum was over, And I got out of the car. No, I saw them and I told him to stop the car. And he was like, why? And my mum was like, Callum, don't stop the car. But he'd already started to stop the car. So we stopped the car and I just opened the door and I went, you fucking fat cunt. Made me feel better. Like, you know, like when you have like that outed vent. Maybe I should write a book. You should create a YouTube. I do have a YouTube. I just don't do videos for it very often. I'd read it in a day. I don't even read. The shortened version, May, is I got arrested for something I didn't do by friends that were clearly not friends. Yeah, it was the closure and being able to just go, fuck you lot, basically. I find I'll see if I can find the police report. I keep everything just in case anything ever happens again. So I've got proof of like harassment and all that sort of shit. I keep everything paperwork wise. I don't know where the cat is. I think she's in Nicole's room. My dogs are all sunbathing out here at the minute. Oh, the relationship room with my son. So, we brought Jaden up as being Nicole and Freddie's dad's child. It was something that we both decided at the time that it was his child and that was the end of that, right? And so when I broke up with their dad, the first thing he said to me was, and I quote, "I'm not paying for 3 fucking kids." So I knew at that point that this guy was gonna make my world implode, completely implode, and he was gonna out the fact that Jaden wasn't his son and that he was actually someone else's son, which we knew from day one. And basically, I wanted to get ahead of the game and I didn't want to be in a position of not being in power or being in control of the situation. So I messaged the dad, and you could all have a pop at me for not doing the right thing and not saying that he had a dad and all that sort of shit, but at the time that was what we did, that was right for us and right for Jaden. And so I messaged Jaden's biological father and I was like, I'm really sorry. And that was after he was like 6 years old at this point. And yeah, I had to eat a lot of fucking humble pie. And isn't Jaden going to his dad's? No. Freddie goes to his dad's, and that's it. That's the only child that sees father. Ate a lot of humble pie, then had to eat a lot of humble pie with all of his family, and I was happy to do it because I fucked up. Hold my hands up. I fucked up. And I was incredibly sorry. He was married, or is married, and had got a son with another lady, and so we had to kind of get a relationship going. Obviously I was single and the relationship was all good and everybody was really amicable. It was really good, to be honest. We would go around there every Thursday for dinner with them. It was a bit like the Waltons, and we'd all sit around for dinner together, me with the dad and his wife and their child and all of my kids, and we'd all go around every Thursday for dinner until Jaden got used to the situation and was able to go alone. So he went a couple of times alone. Everything was great. And and then the week before it all kicked off, I'd actually rang the dad and I'd said, listen, your wife's pregnant again. You don't want me hanging around like a spare part anymore. There's no need for me to be around. Shall we try and come up with something a bit more stable, like every other weekend or like whatever, to CJ? He obviously can't stay yet, so I'm happy to do one drive towards you. And he was like, yeah, and I'm happy to do the drive back. And I was like, brilliant, so we can do this like easily. He was like, yeah, that's fine. How does like every Sunday sound? And I was like, that sounds great. Brilliant. And so that was how it was going. And then out of the blue, had a phone call on the Friday from his dad going fucking psycho at me down the phone. And I mean fucking psycho. You're a cunt. I wouldn't touch you if you were the last woman on earth. I was like, hey? He was like, you're a fucking idiot. You've ruined everything. That's it. I'm not seeing Jaden ever again. And I was like, sorry? What the fuck? Catch me up. What the fuck's happened between Monday and now? Like, he was coming to you on Sunday. Like, what have I done? And he was like, you know what you've done, you cunt. And I was like, I genuinely don't know what I've done. Tell me what I've done. And he was like, I've read the messages. And I was like, fuck. Oh, fuck. So, he'd read the messages. I was like, who sent them to you? Because it could have been 3 people. And I was like, I was also at this point like, these messages are like 9 months out of date, mate. Like, 9 months ago I wrote these messages. 9 months ago. You've now been seeing him for the last 9 months, and I've done nothing that I said in any of those messages. Right? Well, she didn't know the messages. It wasn't his wife, because she wouldn't know about the messages, because she wasn't in the messages chat. So the 3 people that I was in a chat with are the same people, bar one, who's my best friend, who got me done with the police. Right? So these people were in this message. So between those times, they had decided to fuck with my life some more and send the messages that were meant to stay in a group chat. So basically, oh, come on, guys, I was single. I'm not saying it's right, but I did it. There are times when you write messages with your friends, right, that you say stuff that you don't mean. You're just being a dickhead. We all know that I'm a fucking gobby dickhead. And when I'd first met up with the dad again, they were like, oh my God, how was it? How did it go? Right? And my conversation in these messages, I trusted these people. These messages were just between me and my friends, right? And I was like, yeah, he's still fit. I'd still fuck him. Yada, yada, yada. As you do. Not the best thing to say probably, but I did because it was to my friends, right? It's not going anywhere. I didn't act on any of these fucking things I was saying. I was just banterfully saying with my friends, yep, I'd still shag him. Yep, I had his son first. All that kind of shit. Just stupid banter shit that I was saying to my best friends, right? Right? Now all of a sudden I'm trying to steal him 9 months later. Note to self, never write anything in a message that you do not want shared with the world. I have learned that. Very serious lesson. As much as I'm laughing about it now, right, that has ruined my son's life. It's ruined my son's life. Because from that point, his wife was like, she's trying to steal. I was like, listen, if I was trying to steal you, a week ago, I would not be talking to you saying, I don't need to be around, she's pregnant, like, you can just have Jaden on your own, like, I don't need to be involved in this anymore. We just need to drop off, pick up, and that's that, right? And he was like, you're a fucking psycho. I was like, quite possibly I am. However, that's irrelevant at this point. So I did. So this obviously got outed to his parents. So then I had to ring his parents and be like, honestly, you can see whatever messages you want. I'm so sorry. It was completely, inappropriate for me to write those things, right? They see him. So his grandparents see him. I tried to call, I tried to ration, I tried to reason. They blocked me from everything, so the only way I could get in touch with them was writing them a physical letter, which I did. I have everything so that I can show Jaden that I did everything physically possible that I could to try and rectify the situation. I've spoken to him, but obviously because of Jaden's difficulties, he doesn't quite grasp the whole concept anyway. So I wrote a letter saying, Jaden's got a mobile phone. You don't have to deal with me directly. He is able to just come out of the front door. You can just message him to say you're here. You don't have to have anything to do with me, right? You don't. You can just deal with Jaden. There is no need for me to be involved in anything. That is absolutely fine. And yeah, I never got a response. And I know the letter got there because I sent it by recorded or like signed for, so that I knew it would get there. So I fucked up. But in my defence, when you're having girly chit chat with your best friends, you do not expect them to then use that chat against you 9 months fucking later. He should have took the messages as a compliment. Exactly. He's still fit. And he was older then, a lot older. I am taking accountability because I fucked up. I shouldn't have said those things. It was inappropriate. However, it was to my friends. Like, everybody says stuff, but now I don't. Now I don't trust any of my friends. I do trust a couple, but I don't trust people. I have a really bad problem with trust, and Callum had to fucking fight to get through that wall. He had to smash that wall down to let me trust him. No, it doesn't give him that excuse, but that's the excuse he uses. I had at points had Jaden in tears. I sent them a video of Jaden crying, saying he wanted to see his dad and he didn't understand why he didn't want to see him. And then I got accused of being a psycho for videoing my son crying. But I wanted to show him the damage it was doing. So yeah, that was kind of that situation. Yeah, I've got a copy of all the letters I've sent. I've sent more than one. So no, I don't trust a lot of people because I thought they were real friends. Like, I genuinely thought they were real friends and they weren't. What did the messages say? You didn't ruin your son's life. He did by not seeing him. I feel like I did though. I've got to be accountable for my actions. Like, I fucked up. I fucked up when he was born by not saying straight away that he was his son. But hey, I can't go back, can I? I knew which so-called friend it was. Like, so there was 3 people in the chat, well, 4 people in the chat, including me, and the 3 people, one is my best friend, who I'm still friends with, and the other 2 are part of the 2 that got me arrested. So fair play for being so open. I don't have anything to hide, guys. Like, I'm an open book. You ask me a question, I'll answer it. Like, the same as that person that came on earlier to say, oh, you stole money from a charity. I fucking didn't. So I'll happily tell the story because I have got nothing to hide. And that is the thing. I don't have anything to hide. The only thing that I do have, which I'm not comfortable sharing, is a trauma that happened to me when I was 17. And that's the only thing I won't share. Not yet. I'm not in a position where I want to, like, or need to. But I'm sure some fucker will out me for that as well, because they all know the things that have happened to me because they were my friends, and you share everything with your friends. Yeah, there is that owl. I actually feel bad for what you've been through. I have been through quite a lot, I think. Story time on how I met Callum. Not bored of me yet, guys. It's like 10 o'clock. I should probably go and do some shit, to be honest. I have answered. Please write a book. I'm contemplating it, to be honest. You know when you write books, are you legally allowed to put the people's names in them? Because I would love to do that. Rate you highly, thanks. I'm alright. I know, right, okay, right, trigger warnings, wrap 5, right? Everything you go through shapes you and you're strong, right? I get what you're saying, but I genuinely, and this is not me hating on you, I genuinely hate that thing of like, you know, like, when people say, what doesn't kill you make you stronger? Like that whole like, oh, you're the person you are today because of all the things you've been through. I don't want to be this person. Riddled with anxiety, can't trust people, like always think the worst of a situation, always find the negative, because that's who I am. And that is why I think outwardly I come across as this big, bubbly, positive person, because I don't want to be that person. But unfortunately, deep down I am. Like, I always panic about what could go wrong. I always worry about what people think of me. And I almost do, but I don't.
She is dressed. Yes, Mum.
Everyone's liking my little story times.
Yeah, I've been listening. I've heard you from the window. I haven't worn this top in ages.
Proud of the way you handle things. I like that. What? Looks nice. Looking very slim.
Thank you so much.
Slim Jim.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I have trust issues. Same reason. Yeah, I have other trust issues, but again, it's not something I would speak out on here because it's something my children don't even know about me. So I wouldn't out myself to thousands of people without my kids actually knowing that part of my life as well. Didn't say anything there. Yeah, exactly. I did find him attractive. I think I also commented on the size of his penis.
Oh.
It didn't go down too well. It was a good comment though. Like, it was complimentary. Like, I wasn't being a cunt. Obviously found him attractive. Exactly. So yeah. Hello from Australia. Hi. Always here for you. If you need anything, no judging. Thanks. At one point I couldn't handle it all. That's the point though. That's what they like brought me to my fucking knees. Like, genuinely brought me to my knees. But how did you explain to the kids about the accusations? I'm not really sure.
I was a bit older.
Yeah, I didn't tell them till they were older. I think because their dad was involved in like feeding rumours, and he knew full well, he knew everything about finances and stuff, but he himself was a liar. So like, he lied to the CSA about how much money he'd earned, and I had to argue with them for that. Like, they rang me and they were like, oh, the amount of money, this is when I first started to claim from him, they were like, oh, the amount of money you said doesn't match with what he's earning. And I was like, well, I'm telling you, he's lying then, because that's exactly how much he earns. And they were like, no, Miss Lynn, you don't understand. And I was like, what don't I understand? I was getting myself all in a state. And they were like, you don't understand, he earns £10,000 more than what you're saying. I married the guy, I was with the guy 11 years, and he earned 10 grand a year more than what I knew of. Do you know what I mean? People can't take a joke nowadays. Why? What did you say? Me and my girlfriend's chat filth. Exactly. I don't have any chats like that anymore. I did, but now they're dead, so I can't chat with them. I can send them messages, it's just they won't reply. I love how you tell it so real. It's the truth though. This is why I fucking hate lies. This is why I hate liars. I can't bear lies. I go psycho at my kids. What is the one thing I fucking hate about what you're all told to do? Lies. I can't bear them. I can't bear them. They destroy everything. I'd rather hear a really shitty truth than a lie. You might get a reply if you text them. That would be scary. Oh my God, can you imagine? That would be really scary. And broken promises, that's mine as well. So my kids, when I promise them something, they know it's happening. It's annoying for me, right? Because I know what you're saying, you can't trust anyone. I'm the most trustworthy. Like, there's loads of secrets that I have about these people. Loads. The ones that have fucked me over. And even my mum was like, Jodie, you need to fucking speak. And I was like, I'm not that person. I can't do it. I'd love to beat the shit out of them, but I wouldn't tell their secrets. My mum wrote a book about her life. Maybe I should write a book. Although I've told everything to everybody now, so it's kind of a bit pointless. You're better than them for not stooping. You're better than me for not stooping to the devil. It's difficult though, because you want to. And I'm sick of being the one that gets fucked over and I never do stuff back. I'm sick of being the better person. I hate that. Lies always catch up with a lie. Exactly. And the thing is, with everything. Eh?
Well,
what did you say? Oh, the thing is, I can prove all of the stuff. I can prove everything. That's why I keep everything. That's why anything, paperwork, messages, I keep it all. Lies me good memories, exactly. And I've got the shittest memory. The shittest memory. If someone did something like that to me, everything would come out about them. Exactly. And most people would be like that. Ex-boyfriends I've done random shit to. Again, I could probably tell stories about that, to be honest. Potatoes and exhaust pipes. Cling film wrap the whole fucking car. Cut all the buttons off of shirts. Toothbrush round the toilet.
oh my god, Mum, remember when
I've done lots of
I put soap
ex-boyfriends. I'm a scorned woman at that
when
point.
I put soap in Thingy's mouthwash?
Yeah, Nicole put soap in her dad's mouthwash. Love from the States, Pennsylvania. Thanks. Yeah, I did that with a toothbrush, and he brushed his teeth with it. I watched him. It was the most satisfying thing I've ever done. Genuinely was. Yeah, she's definitely a mini-me. Good. I like me. I did watch him. I'll tell you what is a story though, which I'm going to put in the book. I'm doing a book. I've decided now I'm doing a book. How do you do a book? Like, where do you start with this shit? I've no paid work done this morning watching you. You should be doing your paid work. That's bad. You'll get done by your bosses. Can we be friends? As long as you don't share naughty things about me, we can be friends. What are you putting in it? Wow. There were loads of bits that I could have said, but I think genuinely, like I keep saying it, I think I've got ADHD because I get like lost with the story and then someone asks me a comment and then I miss what I was going to say. And I started to tell you about the fact that I had a hair tie in with metal, with a metal piece. And then when I got to the police station, I had to take my shoes off because they had laces. And I got given plimsolls like I was at like primary school doing PE. And then I had to take my hair out. And honestly, my hair was a greaseball mess. It looked horrible, worse than it did in that video yesterday. And I wasn't allowed my hair tie because it had a bit of metal on it. Like, there were so many things that I could have told you yesterday, but I got like lost in the moment of the conversation and people asking me other questions and people wanting to know different bits of information. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I watch it back and I think, God, you could have told them this, Jodie. You could have told them this, Jodie. Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you tell them this? So yeah, I just thought I'd share that little bit with you. But if you've made it this far to watch the end, then thank you for enduring 46 minutes of me waffling. And thank you to everybody who continues to support me and believe in us and follow our journey, because I'm not going anywhere.